Oh, hello, my name is David MacPhail and I'm an author. I write books. I'm here to talk to you about my latest book, which is called Velda the Awesomest Viking and the Ginormous Frost Giants. Now, what happened was, many years ago, I began writing a book series which was about Thorfinn, the nicest Viking. And he was a Viking, but he was nice. He went round apologising, he went round making friends. He went round making cakes, baking scones, tea, helping old people across the street, that kind of thing. That's Thorfinn there, by the way. But then what I thought a couple of years ago it would be really good is if Thorfinn's best pal, Velda, who's right here, by the way, if she had her own adventures and she went off and did her own thing. And so I had the idea for Velda's own book series. And the first book in the series was Velda the Awesomest Viking and the Voyage of Deadly Doom. So I've written a second book in the series, and I'm going to read to you now from chapter 1, okay? The Vikings were a funny lot. They believed the earth was flat. They believed that if you died with a sword in your hand, you'd be carried off to Viking heaven, known as Valhalla. And that if you stuffed a small radish up your nose far enough, you could tickle your brain, and good ideas would fall out. They also believed that it was bad luck, boat-sinkingly bad luck, to have girls on board longships. So bad that deadly krakens would rise up out of the sea and drag them down to their watery doom. Yeah, that bad. So you can imagine the horror when a whole boatload of female Vikings, with only a couple of males thrown in, sailed into the Danish trading port of Elsinore. As the longship approached the pier, some men on the harbour side pointed out the ship's ragged sail with disgust. Most Viking sails bore an image of a wolf, or a dragon, or a man playing keepy-uppy with his enemy's head. But, shock, horror! This one had a multicoloured patch that looked rather like a rainbow. A rainbow, indeed! Rainbows were about the least Viking-y thing in the world since the invention of cutlery. Terrible! Spat one old red-faced man, resting on a stick and grinding his gums. An outrage! Agreed a second, shaking his fist at the new arrivals as they disembarked. They'll bring a curse down on us. A loud noise rudely interrupted their complaining. It sounded like someone slowly deflating a balloon. For a second, they almost thought it sounded like a... They turned to see an ancient woman with crinkly brown skin and greying dark hair. She was grinning, wearing furs and carrying a long, curved bow. She was also accompanied by a horrible, cabbagey stench. Excuse me, one of the men croaked. Did you just... Fart? Yes, replied the woman. Now which way is the castle? The old man pointed up the hill. My thanks, she replied, before thumping the two of them on the head with her bow. They crumpled to the ground, unconscious. A short while later, in the castle's keep, high above the harbour, Elsinore's ruler, Count Stollenberg, was happily humming as he counted his money. He paused briefly to admire his smooth, pale reflection in the mounds of shiny silver coins. And then he ran a hand through his glossy hair. Suddenly there was an almighty crash. Stollenberg lost count, which annoyed him, but also secretly gave him a lovely warm feeling inside, because he'd have to start again. And oh, how he loved to count his money. Wasn't it marvellous to be a handsome count who counted handsomely? He turned to see that his door had been smashed to smithereens. A tiny girl strode into the room, curly red hair poked out from under an oversized helmet. Her rosy, wind-chapped face broke into a smile, and she twirled a massive axe. "Watcher," she said brightly. "Count Snottyberk, I presume?" And that, my friends, was chapter 1 from Velda's brand new adventure, which is Velda the Awesomest Viking and the Ginormous Frost Giants. I hope you enjoy it. It's been great to talk to you. I'll see you later. Bye!